Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is also podcast One Season Wonder edition. We're doing Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky. It is fine. I don't know what to say about it. I knew it was bad, so expectations were low going into it.
It's giving me little things to chuckle about or be like, interesting. But
it gives me little things.
This is ranking the worst show. Easily.
Yeah, it's just not even funny.
No.
Like, I wish it was funny. It's like not even, I don't even know if it was this episode. So far, I'm keeping a tally. There was only one thing that ever made me cackle out loud, and I don't even remember what it was. But man, did I cackle. Maybe it'll jog my memory if it's this episode or not. I don't even remember. But okay, before we get into it, if you like hearing us talk, we have an Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube, a Patreon. Check us out on there. Please be sure to rate, review, if I can speak English. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps the podcast. And yeah, if you enjoy us, give us that 5 stars. It's really easy. It's great.
Just a thought.
I've gotten from more people that we're a really good podcast to listen to if you're running for some reason. So if you know a runner in your life, put them on this podcast. I don't know because I don't support runners. But if that's you.
I do through entertainment, but I can't do anything else for you.
I think we need to start marketing to the running community. I really think that's our niche.
Our niche?
I don't know why, but people really that like to listen to us, wow, maybe we make their miserable run a little less terrible. And I'm okay with that. I'll take it. Anyway.
I wouldn't know because I'm not going to be running while listening to us.
I'll never know. I'll never experience it. Nor would I ever listen to myself even if I did run. But hey, for anyone that comes in your life and is like, I'm planning on running a marathon, be like, do I have the podcast for
Not only
you?
do I have the podcast, but I have the episodes. You know what? Jax and Brittany really is it.
Yeah.
3 terrible things together, running, us, and Jax and Brittany.
Yeah, that's the trifecta right there. I don't know what else I don't know how it gets worse, honestly. So, so let's do it. Except for running, we're doing 2 out of the 3 now because it's us and Jax and Brittany. So I don't even remember this episode, and to be honest, I watched it yesterday. So
that's
I can't
okay.
Wait.
Well, let me set the scene of where we are. Previously on Jax and Brittany, Jax is like Tarzan and plays like Jane, and he's stressed about all the single moms in Brittany's life. But is Jax the one for Brittany? Brittany says she can't imagine her life without him, and Dad is really wanting to see their relationship move forward, but he's obviously stressed about who Jax is. So we pick up right in a conversation with Jax and Dad in the basement, alone. Jax is saying that Brittany is losing her spark, and she's probably depressed. And Dad's like, wait a minute. Are you trying to use this to get out of marrying my daughter? Because if so, stop promising her one thing just to look for the exit door.
And he goes, sir, I would never do that. I just need everything to be perfect before I marry her because I am a perfectionist. Me? Perfectionist.
I was like, Dad would not call me if I was the dad being like, oh, okay, oh, you're going to marry my daughter once everything's perfect? Okay, that sounds great. Like, when is life ever perfect?
Jax has been a bartender for at least 45 years, and he's never perfected a drink in his life. Even when he opens beers, they get fucked up somehow. And this is where he chooses to be a perfectionist.
Oh, of course. On the women in his life, yeah, that's the one area that he will be like, I expect perfection.
He cheats on all of them, though. I can't.
I know.
There's no perfection.
I know.
Anyway, basically, Dad is like, I'm going to talk to Brittany. And Jax is like, I think you should. I think you should deal with her imperfections. Not me.
Oh my God.
Not her future husband.
It's just like, basically Jax is like, oh my God, I would never. I just want to make her happy. And we decide to move on from the conversation because we can't,
because Dad sniffs the bullshit. Dad sniffs the bullshit and is like, there's no point even having this conversation because you're a psycho. Great.
So Brittany and the rest of the family are preparing some stuff upstairs. Don't you worry. We've got
What are they preparing?
Some beer cheese dip.
Some Mama's beer cheese.
It's not Mama's, but this is made by Mama.
This is Mama. It's not officially Mama's beer cheese, but it was made by Mama. It's
Mama's
the beer
not even
cheese.
at this house right now. This is Dad's house.
She's not?
No,
Who
this
is
is
that old
Dad's
woman
house.
in the frame?
That
Did
was
I
his
imagine?
wife. That's stepmom.
It's stepmom's beer cheese. Shit.
It's good old
Sorry.
Kentucky beer cheese. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. Jax is off the hook. We're playing pool. The family's downstairs. Things are getting better. And Jax and Brittany, we find out, are going out with her friends tonight, which obviously Jax loves them.
No. The single mom friends. That's how Jax referred. All of Brittany's friends, according to Jax, are single moms.
I mean,
a lot of them are.
I think they all are.
You want to know the worst part of this show? The parts with the single mom friends, I'm like, I'm Jax's side.
Yeah. Okay, that's when I find these moments funny, but I'm like, no, I can't side with Jax. Or when he has these like funny one-liners that are not that funny, but compared to the rest of the show, I'm like, oh, that was a good one.
He has some good ones.
I can't be my shining star.
Yeah. He hates that all of them have kids and they all like got divorced and the fathers aren't in it. And I get that. Because Jax is saying, let's just wrap it up with condoms and not get married until we're 30, right? But these people in this small Kentucky town,
and he sees the like contradictions that they're like raised so religious, or not like so religious, but they're all like raised in religion, and it's like, wait a minute, how did this happen then? And then also like there's a lot of ways to prevent this, but this is Middle America. This is why like Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant were shows.
Yes, 100%. So like I understand that like this is the town, unfortunately, and just like you get married at a young age. A lot of the times it doesn't work out, but you have kids right away. Jax, though, is where I am, where he's like, why would we do that?
Jax is 37 saying this. Like, he is trying to then apply that to his own life. He's like, hey, you guys should do that. And I agree with him for that. But then he's also like, but I should also wait too. And it's like, my guy, you're 37 years old.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be 37 and still think I'm 25 and be like, I'm a child bride.
Jax is like, I'm going to be a child bride and a teen mom.
Yeah, Jax is a teen mom.
Jax is a teen mom.
I weirdly at 37, I'm gonna re-ask you and be like, do you still kind of see it for his point though? Because I feel like
but you and I don't think we'll be in like a relationship dragging somebody along who wants to be married.
And I would never shame a bunch of single moms like this. Like I never do that. But like I get what he's saying. He's just doing it terribly.
Being this,
And guess what? Not to spoil, but to spoil, he's not even a single dad because God knows he sucks at being a parent.
That's the thing. But, he's like barely a dad. He's single.
But this same thing happened to him anyway. So
he's single and he fathered a child. That's what it is. He's not a dad.
There you go. So technically, Brittany ended up kind of like her friends, a single mom.
Alicia, I was thinking about that during this episode.
Not to be like rude. I don't like either of them, to be honest, but Brittany's at least a good mom. Jax is a sperm donor. But look, they waited and it didn't really help. So that proves if you have kids with the wrong person, you're getting divorced. It doesn't matter
what age.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Doesn't matter.
Well, let's go out with the single mom crew. Actually not yet. Sorry. We first stopped by downtown Winchester. And Brittany and Jax are walking down I'm going to call it Main Street. Yeah. And Brittany's sharing stories about growing up in this town and how when she would win a pageant, she would ride on like a car and like wave to the people. And she got in trouble once for egging a house, just telling those little stories. And Jax is just like, Jesus Christ, this is a small town.
One thing about Jax, he hates a charming town. He hates a charming town for sure.
Absolutely. I will give him this, that he is stressed because this town basically has no cell service and he's questioning if it even has dial-up internet. And I do agree with that. This is why me and my family will not go to my mom's family's area for long. No cell service?
This is why Don hasn't watched Vanderpump Rules. He can't connect the satellite to the cable. He has no idea. He has the 5 channels, 2, 5, 7, 11, and 32. 30. That's all he got. That's all he has.
The locals. Absolutely.
Yeah, what is cable? So I get it. But also this was what, 2016-ish?
17, I think.
Okay. I mean,
it came out. I think it came out in 2017. So
okay, I mean,
probably filmed 2016.
We were incredibly connected at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, Jax could have bought or like rented one of those hotspots at the library or something to bring it along.
This entire time I was like, is the goal to move back to Kentucky, like, for Brittany?
No.
Because, well, if it was, I'd be like, I understand Jax being like, nope, we're not doing this. If the goal is just 2 weeks here, suck it up.
Well, that's why I don't know why Jax is like hating on this charming town that the love of his life grew up in, because he doesn't have to live here. He just needs to come back and visit and maybe like see where his girlfriend was created, you know, like the town that birthed her. Yeah. And no, he hates.
He's like, no.
He hates charm. He hates happiness. You know what? I'm sorry to any listeners. Memories. LA kind of sucks, and, you know, it makes sense Jax is there. You know what? New York sucks too. Chicago can suck. Every place kind of sucks, and every place has its good stuff. And as a city person, similar-ish to Jax, I get how this small town sucks, but on vacation, I enjoy a small town.
Listen, I'm not going here without any connections. I'm not going to Winchester, Kentucky, but, like, if the love of my life is from there, I would be like, I want to see your high school. I want to hear about you riding on the back of a, like, convertible when you were a pageant queen. Maybe that one I don't need to know. But
tell me all of it. And then
I loved hearing about how she got in trouble for egging a house and, like, had to come like down to, like, City Hall or something and get in trouble.
I would have been like, is that a serious crime in this town?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like
the people need to know.
I've done a few crazy things in my day, and we never got the police called on us.
Didn't even get caught. Yep.
Didn't even get caught. So my question was, because this is a small town, so my next question is are the police very busy, or is this kind of the crime that they focus on?
Or is this a neighborhood watch situation where the people have more authority?
Yeah, who caught you? Whose house were you egging? Let's start at the beginning.
Let's dig into this. This is the juicy stuff.
Yuck at this town. Yuck at your stories.
I know,
yuck
but you would charm. Jax, the criminal, like the man on probation, would also like to bond over his girlfriend, over her criminal past.
Oh, you were a criminal too? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh,
well, we move on and we meet Wes, Brittany's brother, at like a coffee shop or a cafe, and we sit down and we talk about how Wes and his wife found out in the spring that her tubes are bad, which I don't know what that means. That just her tubes are bad is such a man's way of being like she has health issues.
I don't know. Yeah, her tubes suck.
Yeah, those tubes weren't kicking in enough. But and they had a few miscarriages, which is like so sad that they've been struggling building their family, and so they want to do IVF, but it is really expensive. It can cost between $16,000 and $20,000. So they're having a fundraiser to cover the cost of IVF, and I think this is so sweet that the whole town is going to like help out.
No, that's so sweet. However, Jax can't comprehend how people would pay to have a kid because he has paid so much to not have kids through condoms. And if I remember correctly, in Vanderpump Rules season 1, wasn't there a rumor, or maybe it was confirmed? I don't know.
It was true.
He paid to have a girl he got pregnant, give her an abortion.
We get a flashback, of them talking about how Jax impregnated it was either a stripper
in Vegas or something.
Yeah, and that turned out to be true. And yes, he did pay for her to have an abortion.
So Jax has spent upwards of $20,000 to also not be pregnant.
That's the thing between the condoms and the abortion costs.
He can't comprehend
he's confused why you would try so hard to have a kid.
These one-liners, sometimes I'm like so taken aback by what he said. It's so good. But it checks out. I'm never surprised. I'm just flabbergasted.
No, I'm just like, he's not that funny on Vanderpump Rules. But
because there are funnier people in this show. Let's be honest. Everyone is white paint, and Jax is like gray, so he stands out a little. Gray. Yeah, he's a little better.
That's so true. Well, I'm excited to watch this family get some help. I think that's really sweet. This is the small town that we should enjoy of the small town Kentucky.
But can I also say, because I feel like a lot of people always ask, and we shouldn't ask this because we never know what people are going through. When are you having kids? Do you ever want kids? When are you going to be a mom? Stop assuming. But there are a lot of couples who go through they're infertile and they're not able to have their own kids, so they need to do IVF. So I think normalize asking other people to help you pay for it. If they're going to ask about it, if they want you to have a kid, you can help pay for it. If my parents want me to have a kid so bad, I don't, but let's just say in the future, I'm in a relationship and I want one, but I can't have one. And my parents are distraught. You pay for my IVF then. You give me half and we'll do this. But you shouldn't, or anyone who asks owes you $100. I think
it's okay to ask if people want kids.
If you want kids,
I think that's
great.
That's a normal question to ask. But yeah, I think if you are going to intrusively ask about my sex life, basically, you owe me money.
Yeah, you want me to have kids so bad? Cough it up. I'll do IVF.
And to be honest, that's not going to just stop after IVF. We got to feed these kids. We got to clothe these kids. We got school. We got it all. So, let's keep the donations rolling.
Normalize donating to people who want to have kids.
When you are nosy.
Yeah, if you're going to be nosy about it, here we are. All right.
Works.
So, yeah.
Well, let's go to some people who already have some kids. We are going to Lexington, Kentucky for Singles Mom Night Out.
We're in a big town, Lexington, Kentucky. Is that where University of Kentucky is? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, 27 and 37 out in a college town? That's terrifying. 27?
Really, really good point. But this bar also was dead.
This is where you go after you left college. The townies go to this town.
Well, I also wonder if it was a Tuesday.
Or it's early. College kids don't go out until 9.
Really good point. Really good point.
But these are single moms. They have to be home by at least 11.
Okay, well, actually, I was curious about this. They walk in and we hear Jax, or I think it was Brittany, say that she got the group table and bottle service, which what the fuck is happening with that in a college town? But I thought she also said she got them a room, and so I didn't know if that meant a hotel room.
No, maybe a room at the bar. Yeah.
I was like, damn, but
I don't know. But bottle service is amazing at this bar. $150 a bottle. It's raining bottles. It's raining bottles for Jax.
I would also be able to rain bottles if bottle service was $150.
We know Jax and his friends go out and get bottle. At this point, he's hanging out with the Toms. They always got bottle service for $600, and that's probably on the cheaper side of LA bottle service.
Oh my god, I would have thought it was $1,000.
So this. But also, what bottles are they possibly getting at this college town in
Don
Lexington,
Julio,
Kentucky?
1946 or whatever it's called.
No. You don't even get the Kylie Jenner brand tequila.
That didn't even exist at this point.
You don't even get it. You barely get Tito's, probably Smirnoff, but we'll take it. Those single moms will take it.
I was about to say, those single moms will take anything. This is where Jax thrives, when he does something so little in his brain, but everybody else is like, wow, that was so amazing.
It's also something that benefits him. It's also something that benefits him. He drinks the alcohol.
I guess, but he would much rather what do you think he would rather do? Be out with the single moms, buying bottle service and getting drunk, or sleeping alone on the bunk bed?
He wants to get drunk. This man loves and he can't drink at Brittany's house. So this man loves a drink. He also loves to spend money. He loves to show his wealth. He loves to show, he does it to brag. He's I'm not a nice, here's the thing. This is how Jax thinks. He's not a nice person, but he has to win people over. So he'll just buy them. He'll just buy them. And at $150 a bottle,
in this setting too, like you said, he likes drinking too. So if it's an activity he loves anyways, sold.
If they were sober bowling, he would be complaining and not paying for everyone's onion rings. But here, we're doing an activity he enjoys. Whether he's with the single moms or not, he's going to be drunk. And that's all that matters.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
That's a good point. Well, Brittany's friends are asking Brittany when her and Jax are going to have a baby.
Terrible.
And Jax is just like, 90% of you have kids outside of marriage or are divorced. Like, why are you asking what we're going to do? It like re-ups the conversation we had earlier about how he's like, we need more time. Like, we're going to do this.
He ate that though. He ate it when he went, you're not making a good case for me.
Yeah, but then he goes on and says a one line that in present day hits even harder. He says, one thing in life I won't accept is divorce. And Kara is upset, Brittany's best friend, because she's like, I'm divorced. Like, what the fuck, you asshole?
Someone stitched that line. Didn't age well.
Didn't age well. And Kara also is like, why are you scared to quote unquote rush into marriage? Like, I thought you loved Brittany. Is Brittany not worth it? And I will say, like, that's not a diss to just be like, hey, I want to take some time and make sure this is right. But also, this is Jax. So, like, anything he says is offensive.
That's the thing. Is like, these people don't know Jax. So I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt of like, or like, not even. If this was anyone else, it'd be like, hey, they're just trying to like do their due diligence. Like, be adults, like get it together, but it is Jax. So he will drag his feet, which is what they don't know. So like watching it as a viewer is so frustrating because like, if he can get away with it, he'll never marry Brittany. However, if it was like anyone else, I'd be like, these girls need to fucking lay off of him.
That's what it is like they're justified because it's Jax, not because of the situation.
But like as someone who doesn't like I'm not dying to get married. So like if someone kept asking me, when are you going to get married? I'd be like, what's the point?
Yeah. Right. And like, also, why am I going to do this for you? Like, we're going to figure this out. Like, you're not actually involved in this. Even though you love Brittany and these are her family and friends, it's like, this is our decision.
Yeah. However, if you're in a relationship with someone, you discuss marriage. And if one party wants marriage a lot and you're kind of questioning it, but you tell that other party, I also want to get married, then we're all justified in asking this question.
Yes.
So anyway, the single moms, though, they want it.
Jax he's not gonna rush a shitty marriage. And this continues like Kara and Jax fighting because Kara believes that Jax is just talking shit about Brittany. So it definitely doesn't end well.
He says that she's missing her spark again. And her friend doesn't like that. And you know what? I'm team friend on this one.
That is a terrible thing to say about someone.
If someone said that about my friend, they're dead. They're absolutely murdered.
Also,
and I wouldn't feel bad about it.
No, because also, if you genuinely thought like I lost my spark, the conversation you'd be having around it would be so different. Like if I thought you were depressed and like needed my help, I wouldn't just be like, yeah, she's depressed, and that's it. It's like, hey, how do we help? Like, how do we both help her? Like, I know you're the long distance friend and I'm the in town boyfriend. So like, what can we do to make sure like she's at her best? So when I do propose, she is at her best.
Yeah. He's just like, FYI, I'll never propose because she's depressed.
That's the thing. He's like, ooh, can't do this because she's depressed.
And then he's like gaslighting her friend. And because she's like, why are you talking shit on Brittany? And he's like, I never said that.
He's like,
you're crazy, you single mom. And I was like, holy this man's off his rocker.
He's the worst. But
so yeah, he's gaslighting the fuck out of her friends.
It doesn't end well between the two of those. But
whatever.
The next day we go to Wes, Brittany's brother's workshop, and he's setting this up for the IVF fundraiser. And so Brittany and Jax are here to help a little bit. But first we kind of talk about last night, and they had a really late night. But it's okay. They're going to work through this. Jax is actually thrilled to actually be at the workshop versus the farm. This is a lot easier work, just like shifting some tables around, getting things set up.
He has to do this at work anyway all the time. So
that's so true.
You got this.
We learned that Wes really wants to get at least half of the IVF cost, so about $8,000, which I was like, that breaks my heart. He's just like, let me get whatever I can. Like, we just want a kid.
I know. And Jax is sitting there looking at his last CVS receipt, and he's like, I spent $8,000 on beer and condoms.
Yeah, easy.
Shit.
Easy money. We learned that this fundraiser will include a bunch of like local businesses donating items. So we're going to raffle those off. And then we'll have like little raffles and a lot of things going on.
This is later, but a Carrie Underwood guitar?
Yes, a
That's
signed
crazy.
Carrie Underwood guitar.
I
was so curious. Like, I was thinking, like, this will just be kind of like local businesses giving gift cards and, you know.
Yeah,
like,
or I thought like a free class at our pottery, whatever they do, or yeah.
So then whenever he said $8,000, I was like, no offense to this town and these people in the town, but I was like, that is a good chunk of money to ask of your friends and family to basically like cough up out of their own pockets. Like,
yeah,
I was curious how many people would be coming, like, what's the basically cost per person, like, if we divide that about, or like, yeah, what are the raffle tickets to get us to 8,000? I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get to 8,000.
But a Carrie Underwood guitar, that should sweep up at least 1,000 right there. That shouldn't go.
But also, again,
700 I think was pretty good. Yeah. We'll take what we can get.
We'll take what we can get.
Anyway, sorry. We could get back to the storyline. That just surprised me because I was like, damn, that's a good raffle thing. Well, not anymore because Carrie Underwood's terrible now. But back in the day.
A signed guitar by anyone, it doesn't even matter who.
That's money.
Who got that? I was curious where some of these items came from. Well,
I was also curious, like, who wants to carry it? You know, because, like, I would see that and be like, oh, that's cool. But I personally don't know what the fuck I would do with a Carrie Underwood guitar.
Yeah, but, like, they probably love country music a lot.
Okay, literally a Taylor Swift guitar. The fuck would I do with that? A Beyonce guitar. What am I doing with it? You know what? It reminds me of the movie
musical paraphernalia, or like I don't think would want any of that. It
reminded me of the movie Uptown Girls, where that Brittany Murphy's character's dad had a bunch of fucking guitars and she had to sell them all. I was like, I get it because he's a musician, but the people who bought these guitars, you just display it,
hang it up,
But in this country town, what do you do? Sorry, it doesn't matter.
You buy it for like your daughter, and she hangs it on her like wall growing up. You know,
get a poster. The fuck? Okay, whatever.
Well, we chat about how Brittany's friends were really emotional last night, and we like know that Jax is being a hypocrite. Like, Brittany is not gonna like let this, like, the shit talking of her friends stand. And so she's just like, shut up, Jax. Like, just not having it. Which I'm like, yes, Brittany, get him.
Especially because they're divorced single moms. That's what he says. Why am I going to listen to a bunch of divorced single moms? Which, like,
and Jax, like, can't help himself. He can't just, like, shut up and, like, fix this workshop up. He's like, listen, I wanted to get about party favors last night. I needed to give them all condoms as parting gifts, which, like, he's like last straw.
He's such a dick. I think the thing is, I know he's a terrible person, so when he says these things, I just laugh. Because you're just like, you fucking idiot.
If Jax said this stuff to, like, Brittany's brother,
terrible.
No, I think him being like, listen, like, all of her friends are single moms, and they're harping on me on, like, why I don't need to have a kid. Like, Brittany's look, you guys are trying so hard to have a kid. Like, saying it like that. Like, you can make these jokes to not the person's best friend.
You're right. It would be a little funnier, but it's just, Jesus. Don't joke about kids in this town. This is a town. You don't joke about people having kids. For multiple
reasons. We've got people who are single moms and working their asses
off. People really wanting a baby through IVF.
We're trying so hard to raise money to have a baby, and you're over here being like, let's stop all pregnancies.
Whether they're single or not, this town loves the babies.
They show up for the babies.
They're showing up for the babies. They literally raised so much money for babies that we didn't even know they had this money in this town. That's crazy money.
Well, it's time for the fundraiser to start. And as people walk in, they're buying raffle tickets.
Awesome.
And we see Mama is one of the first to arrive, and she is showing off her matching boots to the ones Jax has been wearing around the farm. Her American flag boots.
Mama's crush is weird. Sorry.
She's so disappointed Jax isn't like wearing his tonight. And she's like, I bought mine to match him. And it's like,
it's weird.
What does this man do to like make you swoon?
It's a weird crush on Jax that Mama has.
Yeah.
Mama, I thought you were wise enough to look through his bullshit.
He's the opposite of everything like she would want for Brittany.
Do you think Mama was upset about the divorce?
I was wondering what her dad, everybody thought, like in this last few, like
Dad
year and
went,
a half.
I told you so.
Dad would never. He's so nice. He would never. I told you so to Brittany.
Dad said it's privately to his wife and was like, I told her so, but I guess not. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, because of this weird crush, Jax and Mama dance for a minute, which is really weird because like Mama doesn't dance at all. So like she's willing to do it for Jax.
The crush is weird. The crush is weird. Yeah. Don't have crushes on your children's significant others.
Granddaughter-in-law. Or
it's not.
Whatever.
It's you don't have to do it.
You don't. You can just say hi.
I always thought about that. Like, my dad is very close to like my mom's parents, but like, and like, I'm sure he has danced with them like at weddings before, but never has my grandma like openly flirted with my dad the way Mama seems to kind of
Mama's doing it in like the grandma way where she's just like, oh, he's young,
cute.
Whatever. Yeah, like she can say whatever.
He's a hot
she's clearly not like
LA boy.
Into him.
No, but it's weird.
It is weird. Yeah. Well, Jax moves on and pulls Sherry to talk about Brittany. And he's like, things are so amazing. But Brittany's losing her spark and she's a little depressed.
He just showed Sherry the ring like 5 minutes ago.
That's what I was thinking. And him setting it up as things are amazing, but that spark.
I actually can't propose to her because she is ruining it.
Yeah.
Never sparked.
And then Sherry's like, well, Brittany used to be really tiny and like she has gained some weight. And I was like,
Jax loves the extra love handles. But I was like, Sherry, why is that the point?
Also, the way she was like, well, she was underweight and now she's a little overweight. I'm like, wait, what? Like,
Sherry, that
she was underweight.
Depressed.
Wouldn't you be happy she's
eating?
Like, yeah. I was like, what?
No,
but okay, whatever.
Sherry doesn't sound like she wanted Brittany to have a good relationship with food. It was that was weird because if someone went to my mom and was like, Alicia's losing her spark, I would hope and know, honestly, that my mom's first response wouldn't be about your weight. She gained some weight. The fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe if you gained like 200 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, if I was immobile, if I was part of the 1,000-pound sisters and like I had to get surgery, yes, that would affect but if I'm still if I can do everything I was doing in the lower weight,
the weight
at the higher weight, I'm okay. If I could still do my exercise.
Especially if you were underweight prior.
Yeah.
The swing of like 50 pounds hits different if like you're
overweight and then you add 50 pounds versus you're underweight and then you add 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But Jax loves that she gained that extra weight.
Which, hold that, because at a later point, he will say he doesn't like it. Because classic Jax, he's such a fucking liar at all times.
Of course he doesn't.
Well, at the same time, Dad is like pulling Brittany for a chat, and Dad starts it off with like, hey, are you okay? And Brittany's like, well, I'm a little homesick, like it's nothing more than that. I do miss you guys, which like valid. You are halfway across the country from your parents. And Dad's like, okay, I just want to make sure you're not like, it's not a little something more. And she's like, no. I miss you guys. And then Dad is like also worried about Brittany's health per se. And so he's like, how are you doing with the rest of your health? And she's like, I'm good. Like, I've obviously gained some weight, but like I go on walks with the dog. Like, I'm doing great. And so we see the side-by-side conversation of obviously Dad has had it with Jax, the conversation with Jax first. So now he's going to Brittany like he said he would and trying to suss it out. And you can tell Brittany is just like, yeah, no, I'm good. And then we jump back to the conversation with Jax and Sherry. And Jax tells Sherry that he won't propose until this is fixed. And I hate those words, this is fixed. And really asks Sherry to keep this conversation private between them.
Don't tell her I said anything, but I don't know how we'll fix it, but just don't tell her to change anything.
We gotta really fix her little depression era she's in. Don't tell her anything about this, but I also won't propose until any of this is fixed. But you can't talk to her about it.
What did Dad say last episode? Like, Jax is just trying to find reasons not to propose. So,
Yeah.
like, don't act like you're going to propose if you're not actually
don't act
going
like you're gonna propose if you're
There you
looking
go.
for the exit strategy, is what he
Great.
said.
There you go. Love it.
Well, Dad takes it one step further. He's not just going to talk about her health. He also wants to make sure Jax is treating Brittany correctly. And I was like, here we go. This is the best man. This is the best person on this show.
Before he cheated on her, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Great.
Well,
yes.
I don't know when the cheating, I can't remember when the exact cheating happened, but this is before Brittany knows.
Yes. Okay, yeah. It was before she found out on, everyone go watch Vanderpump Rules, on the show.
Yes. It's like the next Vanderpump Rules season, she finds out.
Yeah, one of the greatest moments of cinema.
I think he cheats on her right after this trip, but I'm not 100% sure.
That would make sense.
Around this trip.
Yeah, he hates this trip. He goes back. He cheats on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jax. Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
And Brittany says that Jax is treating her well, and Dad overall thinks Brittany is being honest in all of her answers, so he's not concerned based on Jax's concern anymore.
So Dad's like, he better propose. Seems to be no fucking problems
Brittany's
here.
doing great. You just need to propose. It sounds like it.
Great.
Well, Jax and Brittany sit down for a minute and talk about how much money they're going to give. They're going to give about $500 because that is the max amount you can pull out from the ATM at the moment. And I was like, write a check. Like, what do you need to give them
The other
cash?
thing is, if my rich sister and future brother-in-law, I'll say it again, because they're famous, only gave me $500,
I'd be annoyed.
Someone paid more for the Carrie Underwood guitar. Like,
I know.
Mama probably gave more. Like, the fuck?
I agree. Like,
500.
Listen, they're not rich in their standards, like the version they're living in LA, but the amount that they could donate to this, yes, is more than
Jax
$500.
spends $8,000 condoms and beer, probably. Like, he could.
You're underestimating that. He said $16,000.
Come on, he's got. This man has dropped so much money in front of our eyes.
I know.
Let alone what he does in private. He can. Come on.
Do you also think that all the family members are getting paid for this show? So then they're getting like, maybe Wes and his wife are getting paid like, let's say like $2,000 to be on this show.
I want to say no, because as I try to look these people up, none of them really have an online presence or are associated with the show. Like, none of their names are accredited. Like, on the IMDb page, like, there are no names except Sherry.
Sometimes you get like day fees, so I just wonder if they just got like $500 to appear.
I'm sure to like film, they gave them something. But I don't think it's anything to write home about. Whereas Jax and Brittany Jax was making what, like 25 or 20K his first season, and then it like went up depending on how much drama he created. So like and he was living in LA before that, working at SUR, making decent money there. So like he's just adding to his bank. So
well, we hope. We don't know what he's doing with his money.
Well, we also know he's broke. He doesn't pay taxes. Like, we know, but he could give more.
He's not cash poor. Like, he has money
but
rolling through. Yeah.
Brittany only giving $500 is bullshit.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Jax has bigger problems because Kara pulls Jax and she apologizes for her tone the previous night. She had been drinking.
No, that's awesome. She goes, I apologize for my tone. And he was like, your tone? What about for what you said? No.
But she's not apologizing for what she said because she feels like Jax holds things over Brittany's head. And Jax is so offended. He is like, I don't. He like immediately blows up. But they come back down, and I just think this conversation is cut because there's no way he goes from so offended to, he's like, you know what? We just like want to see like Brittany at 100%. Like, let's agree to disagree. We just both love her, and like we just want her to be okay.
She read Jax to filth because that's exactly what he does. She must watch the show. She figured out how to work the dial-up internet. She watches clips on BravoTV.com.
Well, we move on with the fundraiser. And Wes gets on the mic with his wife Militia, and they talk about their struggle to have a baby. And Wes says that usually it's one-on-one when you make a baby, but tonight as a group we're going to try to make a baby. And I was like, yep. That's a good intro. Good That's intro awesome. To this IVF fundraiser.
I like this guy. Yeah.
And Jax is itching for some attention. He's like, get me the mic. Get me the mic. And Dad's like,
oh my God. Can I have the mic? Dad is
and
like,
Jax
don't give him.
says, don't you worry, everybody. I'm not proposing, but whatever we raise tonight, I will personally match.
Wait, can you imagine proposing at your brother-in-law's in vitro fundraiser? No one was worried you were gonna propose here.
No. Brittany was like, wait, why do you need the mic? And then he was like, don't think anything of it. And he was like, chill out, everybody. I think this family would think that they were getting engaged.
I think that is ridiculous. That is the last thing.
That's how much they want this engagement. Like, I don't think they will be offended at all as long as they get what they want.
All right.
Well, the night goes on, and while people are bidding on things, Wes reminds them, hey, you're not just spending your money, you're spending Jax Taylor's money too. So don't forget to up those by an extra $1 or $2. And we get to the end of the night. Surprises are being called off.
Wait, I was like, I hope it turns out so bad for him. I hope it turns out so bad for Jax.
Oh, the money?
Because he's just doing this for attention.
He thinks that they're going to raise $3,000 and he's going to have to pay $3,000.
But also, he's not a good person, but he can buy his way into being a good person.
Good
like the bottles.
Good.
He doesn't care if Wes has a baby.
No,
he just wants to be like, look, I'm such a good guy, and Brittany's stupid friend that hates me, the single mom, she's nuts.
And there's a ceiling on his quote unquote goodwill too. Like, again, he just wants to donate $3,000 and be like patted on the back and told he's amazing.
He wanted to just double his $500 that him and Brittany were going to give.
That. So at first we're like racking up a few, and we have about $1,700. And then we're getting up to $9,000, and Jax starts stressing out. And by the end, we're up to $11,800 without Jax's match. And people just start donating money at this point. Like, all the fundraising goods are gone. And people are like, think it's hilarious that if they donate $100, Jax also has to give $100. And Jax is like, stop donating. Please stop. We're good. We're at our limit. We're fine.
The way I would dig around for any pennies in my purse, I would be like, just to make him miserable.
At one point, it was like $9,000, $82.12. And Jax is like, where are we getting the 12 cents? Like, he cannot fathom donating 12 more cents.
Mama's friend that hates Jax is digging for pennies in her coin purse. Digging. Do we think Jax paid this couple?
No.
Awesome.
I think if anything, he was like,
he gave him $5,000 and was like,
I don't have the cash, but whenever I get the funds from this show, I'll give it to you. And then Brittany probably sent them $5,000.
Damn, I'd be pissed.
I know. That's a good question, though. I do wonder if he paid up. I don't think he's that good of a person.
I looked into it, and the only thing I could find on was Bravo and Jax helps make a baby. And I was like, this is not true. This is not true journalism.
What a such a misleading headline.
Jax helps makes a baby. Jax helps makes a baby.
Make a baby.
Love that.
One last thing happens at this big night is that Dad and Sherry sit down, and Dad is ready to warn Sherry again about how terrible of a person Jax is.
I love these two gossiping. I love them.
Because I also do enjoy from an entertainment perspective that they are on different sides, because Dad's like, listen, it's so obvious. I'm trying to figure this guy out. He's expressing concerns about our daughter, and I'm not okay with him.
Don leaves every interaction with Sherry going, and that's why I divorced her. She won't just fucking listen to me.
Yeah, he's like, listen, Jax is fine, but I'm worried he's trying to not propose, and he's leading our daughter down this path, and then she's going to be disappointed. Jax is saying our daughter is depressed. I don't think she's depressed. We're getting two different stories. This guy sucks. And Sherry's like, I don't know. He's such a nice guy.
Jax is so nice. He even told me Brittany's losing her spark, so I got to talk to her about it. And Donna's like, Jesus, Sherry, shut the fuck up and open your goddamn eyes. That's why you've been married 4 times, Sherry. You don't know how to call bullshit.
Yes.
Jesus,
like,
Sherry.
You're listening to Jax, but I talked to our daughter. Our daughter is fine. She wants to be engaged.
No, Jackson, did you see him dancing with Mama? He loves it.
Yeah, so Dad's like, I'm all right. You're a lost cause too, Sherry. So he's like, time will tell on Jax's intentions. And this is when I wrote, wow, what I would give to know what he thinks today.
I wish Don had a journal that he could publish about what he thought about Jax at this exact time. So yeah, anyway.
What it was like to be Jaxed.
Yeah. What? The whole family got Jaxed. How embarrassing. The best part is, I know my dad would sniff this out, and I know he'd look straight at my mom and be like, don't fucking fall for this. And that makes me feel better, because if I ever bring a man home, my dad's going to clock him in a second. If I ever brought Jax home, and if I ever brought any man that was on any reality TV show home, my dad hates that person immediately.
Agreed. Well, next time in Kentucky, Jax goes to church and sees a demon child. Jax is sprayed with some deer piss before hunting. Sherry tells Brittany about losing her spark, and we see Brittany's ex-boyfriend, and Jax doesn't want any problems.
Yuck. Okay, so I have really honestly tried to look into the people on the show. They do not want to be found. And if it takes me more than like half an hour to really find anything, I give up. Because you don't want to be found. So like, I even scoured Brittany's Instagram for people, and she really doesn't post a ton.
She'll post her feeling on her stories a little bit, but not a lot. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Off this episode, Brittany's niece, like Kinsley or something, is that the IVF baby that was?
I literally can't find anything on Wes on the internet.
Damn, I don't know who that, like, whose parents are. Like, that's the only child or like family member I like remember really, outside of obviously Sherry and Mama.
Kinsley?
Yeah. She always talks about her niece.
No, it's really hard to find these people. A lot of their Instagrams are private. Like, a lot of Brittany doesn't really post a lot with them. So I have tried. And so I apologize that these are lackluster. But if you don't want to be found, you don't want to be found. And who am I to out you? So absolutely. The only one that does want to be found is Sherry.
Ooh. Yes.
Because she's credited on 3 shows on IMDb. It's this one, Vanderpump Rules in the Valley.
Oh, yeah.
She loves it. So a few things I didn't do that big a deep dive into Sherry, because her husbands don't really want to be found. I couldn't even figure out all her husbands. That was what I was really looking for.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out. But here are the fun facts I found out about her. So she is the owner of Farmer's Daughter Decor as of 2022.
Is that where all of the like farmhouse decor from the Couchy household, all those like signs came from?
It might be, because her Instagram doesn't give a lot. If you go to a TikTok she has in her Instagram, it's all these ugly, what does she call them? Vintage tobacco stick lanterns.
What is that?
You have to go look. They're just lanterns. I'm assuming made of vintage.
Show me on the camera.
Okay, I'm pulling up the TikTok, but
oh my god,
it's just like they're lanterns. They're just, they just have flowers on them. One of them had an elf, which I assume is for. Stop. Some of them Christmas. Have reading bunnies. Yeah, it's just anything you want. She's also a sales executive for Myra Western Handbags, which is also featured on her page. Those handbags Sherry would love these handbags. If you know, you know. If you know Sherry, these handbags are very Sherry.
Very Sherry.
But yeah, Farmer's Daughter Decor. That's those are like centerpieces from the Turner Farm in Kentucky, and they specialize in the vintage tobacco stick lanterns.
Okay.
There was also a lot of articles about how she lost a lot of weight, to which I figured out she did Jenny Craig with Brittany, because Brittany's a Jenny Craig.
She was a Jenny Craig girl there for like 2 years.
Yeah. So that's actually that. And then she's the only other cast member on IMDb. So it's 3 people, Jax, Brittany, and Sherry. Those are the only credited people. And you can get a cameo from Sherry for $45.
That is so outrageous, the pricing.
Yep. Also, I do, just off Sherry's Instagram, yes, Wes is the dad of Presley.
Oh, Presley, that's the kid's name. Kingsley or whatever is the dog.
Oh, okay, yeah. But Wes is still married because he sells a ring in this photo. He's not tagged on Instagram, so again, I can't find him, but it's Presley.
Okay. Yes.
So,
I was gonna say the age, because Brittany was just was like recently in Kentucky, and I saw like Cruz and Presley, and I was like, man, her age seems like she's this child.
Yeah, and then Luke is the younger one we saw at Applebee's, right?
Luke and like Brayden, I think.
I haven't seen much of Brayden on Sherry's Instagram. That's the only one. Well, no. Okay, Brayden's here. So, yeah, those are, I think, the 4.
He would be like 18 by now.
In 2023, he turned 20. So he's 22?
Yeah.
He's December 15th. So what is it? Yeah, so 21, 22. So good for Brayden. But, like, they're never tagged. Sherry doesn't tag anyone. So,
yeah.
And Brittany doesn't post. So, that's all I could find on Sherry, though. I don't know if she's even really married. Didn't even honestly look at a ring, if we're going to be, like, so honest.
That's okay. I always think, like, there's no way, like, not no way, but it would shock me if she was married because she comes out so often to LA.
She's wearing a ring on her left ring finger. So, yeah, as of October 2024, she had a ring in her photo. There you go. So.
Potentially still married. Who knows if it's husband number 5 or still on 4.
Yeah, I don't know. The most I found on Sherry was her Jenny Craig journey. So
love it.
Great.
Love it.
Awesome. So I think that's it. Do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Thanks so much. Love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.